On January 19, 2025, former President Donald Trump took center stage once again at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. The event, billed as a pre-inauguration rally, drew a substantial crowd eager to hear from the returning leader. The atmosphere crackled with anticipation as Trump, known for his showmanship, did not disappoint. The rally served as a platform for Trump to reconnect with his base and outline his vision for the future. He addressed a range of topics, revisiting familiar themes that resonated with his supporters. From immigration to cultural issues, Trump's pronouncements reasserted his stance on key political battlegrounds. The event also showcased the enduring appeal of Trump's brand of populism. His supporters, many of whom had traveled from across the country, cheered enthusiastically throughout his speech. The rally underscored the deep divisions within American society that continue to define the political landscape. As the nation prepared for the formal inauguration ceremony, Trump's pre-inauguration rally served as a stark reminder of his enduring influence. His pronouncements and the enthusiastic reception from his supporters signaled that the former president's voice would continue to be a potent force in American politics. One of the most noteworthy announcements made by Trump during his rally concerned the social media platform TikTok. Trump revealed his decision to delay the ban on TikTok for 90 days. This move threw the app's future into limbo, leaving users and investors wondering about its fate. Trump's solution involved a novel ownership structure. He suggested a joint venture with the U.S. government holding a 50% stake. Experts questioned its feasibility and implications for national security. The delay provided a reprieve for TikTok's U.S. users. However, the app's availability on Apple's App Store remained uncertain. The future of TikTok hung in the balance. As the 90-day deadline approached, speculation intensified. The possibility of a last-minute deal or renewed legal challenge loomed large, leaving users and observers to await further developments. The pre-inauguration rally was not solely focused on Trump's pronouncements. It also featured appearances by prominent figures who aligned themselves with the former president's agenda. Among them was Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, who took to the stage to address the crowd. Musk's presence at the rally signaled his growing involvement in the political sphere. He had previously expressed support for some of Trump's policies and had been critical of the Biden administration. His appearance alongside Trump suggested a deepening alliance between the two men. Trump announced that Musk would be taking on a significant role in his new administration, heading the Department of Government Efficiency. This newly created department would be tasked with streamlining government operations and reducing waste. Musk's reputation as a visionary entrepreneur and his focus on innovation made him an intriguing, albeit controversial, choice for the role. Musk's appointment was met with mixed reactions. While some praised his business acumen and potential to bring fresh ideas to government, others expressed concerns about his lack of experience in the public sector. Nevertheless, Musk's new role promised to be a closely watched aspect of Trump's second term. Throughout his speech, Trump touched upon familiar themes that had been central to his previous campaigns. He reiterated his commitment to cracking down on illegal immigration, vowing to reinstate the Remain in Mexico policy. This policy, implemented during his first term, required asylum seekers to wait in Mexico while their cases were processed in the United States. Trump also directed sharp criticisms at his political opponents, particularly President Joe Biden. He accused Biden of being weak and incompetent, echoing the rhetoric that had characterized his 2020 campaign. Trump's attacks on Biden seemed designed to undermine the legitimacy of the incoming administration and energize his base. In addition to his political adversaries, Trump also took aim at what he perceived as woke culture. He criticized progressive social movements and accused them of eroding traditional American values. This line of attack, a staple of Trump's rhetoric, resonated with his supporters who shared his concerns about cultural change. Trump's speech, with its familiar themes and targets, served as a reminder of the divisive political climate that continued to grip the nation. His pronouncement signaled that his second term would likely be marked by the same confrontational style and polarizing rhetoric that had defined his first. Section 5. Inauguration Day Plans. With the inauguration ceremony just days away, Trump used his rally to provide a glimpse into his plans for his first day back in office. He announced his intention to sign a flurry of executive orders, reversing many of the policies enacted by the Biden administration. These orders, he claimed, would restore America to its former glory. Among the executive orders Trump planned to sign was one delaying the TikTok ban, formalizing the announcement he had made earlier in his speech. This order would give his administration more time to negotiate a deal with TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, or to explore alternative solutions. Another key executive order would reinstate the Remain in Mexico policy, fulfilling a campaign promise that had been met with legal challenges during his first term. This move signaled Trump's intention to double down on his hardline immigration policies. Trump also announced plans to declare national emergencies related to immigration and energy, granting him sweeping powers to address these issues unilaterally. These declarations were likely to face legal challenges, setting the stage for further court battles over the limits of presidential authority. Section 6. The TikTok saga continues. The saga surrounding TikTok and its future in the United States had been a long and contentious one. The app, owned by Chinese company ByteDance, had gained immense popularity worldwide, particularly among younger users. However, its Chinese ownership raised concerns among U.S. officials about potential national security risks. These concerns centered around the possibility that the Chinese government could access user data collected by TikTok. The Trump administration had argued that this data could be used to spy on Americans or to spread Chinese propaganda. ByteDance had repeatedly denied these allegations, insisting that it operated independently of the Chinese government. Despite ByteDance's assurances, the Trump administration had taken steps to ban TikTok from operating in the United States. The matter had been tied up in court for months, with the Supreme Court ultimately upholding the ban unless TikTok was sold to a U.S. company. The delay announced by Trump at his rally provided a temporary reprieve for TikTok and its users. However, the app's long-term fate remained uncertain. The 90-day deadline loomed large, and the possibility of a renewed ban hung over the company like a dark cloud. Section 7. A looming deadline. As the 90-day deadline imposed by Trump approached, the pressure mounted on ByteDance to find a solution that would satisfy the U.S. government and allow TikTok to continue operating in the country. Several potential buyers had emerged, each with their own motivations and implications for the app's future. Among the potential suitors were tech giants like Amazon, Oracle, and Microsoft, as well as retail giant Walmart. Each company brought its own strengths and weaknesses to the table, and the prospect of a deal with any of them raised questions about how TikTok might be integrated into their existing businesses. Another potential buyer was Rumble, a video-sharing platform that had gained popularity among conservatives as a free speech alternative to YouTube. A deal with Rumble would likely align TikTok more closely with Trump's base, but could alienate some of its user base. As the deadline drew nearer, the negotiations between ByteDance and potential buyers intensified. The fate of TikTok, once a source of lighthearted entertainment, had become a high-stakes geopolitical chess match with billions of dollars and the future of social media hanging in the balance. Section 8. West Coast Visit. In addition to his plans for the inauguration and his pronouncements on TikTok, Trump also announced a trip to Los Angeles, scheduled for January 24, 2025. The purpose of this visit was to assess the damage caused by recent wildfires that had ravaged parts of California. Wildfires had become an increasingly pressing issue in California and other western states in recent years, fueled by climate change and drought. The fires had caused widespread destruction, displacing residents and causing billions of dollars in damage. Trump's visit to Los Angeles was seen by some as an opportunity for him to demonstrate his commitment to addressing the issue of wildfires. However, others viewed it as a political move designed to shore up support in a state that had largely rejected him in the previous election. Regardless of his motivations, Trump's visit to Los Angeles promised to bring renewed attention to the devastating impact of wildfires. The trip would likely be closely scrutinized by both his supporters and his detractors, eager to see how he would address this pressing issue. Section 9. Fact-checking the spectacle. Trump's pre-inauguration rally was controversial, with many disputed claims. Fact-checkers and political opponents challenged his statements on the 2020 election and foreign policy. Despite recounts and court rulings affirming Biden's victory, Trump claimed widespread voter fraud. These claims were debunked, but resonated with his supporters. He exaggerated his foreign policy achievements, downplaying setbacks. The rally highlighted the challenge of discerning truth in an era of misinformation.